You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Local test 1 2. There we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Mic difficulties. All right. We are here at Martinsville Speedway. I am your host tonight up here in the booth, Adam Wood. How's everybody doing tonight? We're at a short track racing at Martinsville in the AOLL Guitar Addict TNT series. I apologize for that. Had to try to figure out what was going on. But hey, we're back up and running. Qualifying is basically over. Right now, we got Carl Henderson out there. Sitting on the pole, we got Blake Ziti, the pasta man. He is going through right now, getting in. I don't know if he's getting extra practice in or if he's done with his qualifying laps here. And if you can tell, he's got pasta all over his car. See it right there? Alrighty. So, once we get done here, the field will start to get lined up. We'll go over the finishing or the qualifying order. We got Derek Schilling out there. He just spun as I spin to him. I really love that paint scheme, the Jack and Coke. Let's see if we can get a better view of this. Jack Daniels. Let's see, I want to do rear chase. I love this scheme. Rick Kohler put this one together for him. It turned out fantastic. All right, looks like he reset it and he will go back out there. I've been watching practice tonight. These guys have been putting in some lot of laps. A lot of them are trying to get that one fast lap in there, and they were kind of spinning coming off the corners. I was talking to a couple of drivers before the race, and they said that they they should not have problems underneath braking, locking it up. They said this car is super stable from trying to lock it up. You can if you try really hard, but under normal braking here at Martinsville, they shouldn't be locking it up too much. And then the tires are a little sketchy coming off for the first couple of laps here at Martinsville. But after a good, probably a solid 5-10 laps, these guys said the tire really sticks and it's pretty hard to break the traction. All right, so they are done. They are going to line up. Let's go ahead and pull the grid up. So, always does that. All right, on the pole tonight, we have Carl Henderson in closed circuit racing. Second is Blake Zede. Third is Brendan Bernhardt. Fourth is Josh Laston. Fifth is Gary Winters. Sixth is Stephen Dominy. Seventh is Nick Adams. Eighth is Kevin Haas. Ninth is John Gordon. 10th is Christopher Oliver. 11th is Anthony Scarillo. 12th is the Randy Pepper. 13th is Derek Schilling. 14th is Joshua Mays. 15th is Mike Wazinski. 16th is the number 43, Dave Wright. 17th is Timothy St. Jean. Blake Gordon is not running, so that is your top 17 for the race tonight. Let's check out the race info for tonight. So they are here at Martinsville Speedway. Weather is about 73 degrees outside, or 69 degrees outside. Track temperature is 73 degrees, so nice and cool weather for these guys to be out here. Should be a lot of traction in the track tonight for this short track racing. So let's get to the cars then. All right, they're lined up, sitting ready to go grid. We've got a couple of drivers in the back of the pack that have to get into it. Oh, there's two other cars in the field. After Timothy St. Jean at 17, we have 18th is going to be Tom Stevens, and 19th we have Gene Watkinson. They're a little bit lower. They did not put in a qualifying lap, so they were scored a little bit lower down. I apologize, but they are going to be starting 18th and 19th tonight. So let's see if we can look at this. We got the pace car pulling off. Carl Henderson looking pretty good. Let's see here. All right, this is the wonderful paperclip. There's a California Speedway Auto Club is going to be shutting down and trying to basically rebuild and remake a different modified version of Martinsville in the near future. I'm really sad. Auto Club is one of my favorite tracks to go race. I really like the way it's banked and the high speeds it has. It's sad, but the county wants some of the property back, and that's what's going to happen. So they're going to be able to basically they could build quite a few of these little tracks inside of just the infield alone. Out there in California Speedway. And the pace car lights are off. They will be going green this time by. The pace car will drop off in pit road. It is going to be up. They will go green once the green flag drops. Every restart after that will be on the driver. So some mind games were going to be had after the first restart. Green flag is out. Carl Henderson does not get a good jump. Blake Zede on the outside gets a hell of a jump right there. He was flying. He's going to take him on the outside line, but Carl fights back there in second place. Blake Zede runs a little bit wider and has to give up that spot. Carl Henderson looks like he's going to take it over, and we already have the very first caution. Let's see what happened. The number 10, it happened in front of them. Let's roll it back a little bit further. Who am I going to be looking at? Number 3. This car should not be looking like that. Oh, no, that's his. I thought it was a default scheme. I like that Bud scheme. All right, let's see it live. John Gordon gets the back of Kevin Haas there and just Anthony Skrillo gets a piece. Derek Schilling gets a piece. Everybody else kind of goes around it. So that's going to be our first caution of the night. With that, let's go to our very first commercial break here.
Hi, I'm Randy from the Guitar Addict. Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out. And I'm going to show you. Hey Mom, look what I learned. That's right. Pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar. Automatically you're going to become a chick magnet. The ladies are going to love you. Your kids are going to think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Addict, 16725 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go to guitaraddict.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitaraddict.com.
Alrighty, welcome back. That's one of my favorite ads that Randy Pepper has ever made. I can't wait to see more. We have 2 ads from him. I need to see more. This guy needs to come out of the woodworks and create at least 3 to 4 more ads for us out here. Blake, indeed, the Pasta Man is looking great out there. He's made the outside line work, went to the inside, was over to... Yeah, so we got... So on this restart here, we got Blake Ziti, Carl Henderson, Josh Laston, Brendan Bernhardt, and Gary Winters rounding out your top 5 here on this restart. All right, pace car dives in. It's now up to the leader to choose his destiny. When does he want to grow green? Will he drop the hammer early or will he wait? There he goes. He gets a heck of a jump. Carl Henderson tries to do it. He's going to dive behind him, cut off his teammate Josh Laston there in third. Brendan Bernhardt is looking good with that noble car right there. Let's go back here. There is single file here. Brendan Bernhardt goes a little bit too wide there. Almost brushes the wall right there. He loses 1 spot. He might lose 2 more. They back off, let him get his spot back. The number 30, Nick Adams. He's going to drop down to the bottom. Looks like he locked it up just a tad bit, trying to stay off of it, keep on that bottom groove. As they sort it out, Stephen Domney joins here in the top 4 here, right on the back bumper of Josh Laston. Trying to get him. He's a great short track racer, and it shows. Josh Laston. Ooh, Carl Henderson locks it up and goes sideways. We have caution number 2 for the night. We saw it live right here. Yeah, he just carried too much speed right there and locked her up and just went straight into the wall. Was able to rebound, get off. Doesn't look like too much damage he's got done right now. So that kind of shakes up the top leaderboard there. So we're up to Blake Ziti still holding on the lead. Josh Laston up to 2nd. Stephen Domney in 3rd. 4th will be Brendan Bernhardt. 5th is Nick Adams. 6th is Gary Winters. 7th is Randy Pepper. 8th is Christopher Oliver. 9th is Derek Schilling. And rounding out the top 10 is Anthony Skrillo. We got Debbie Goodrare. Tongue-tied. Debbie out on YouTube said, "Let's go Skrillo." So Anthony Skrillo always has a fan out there every single race that we do. Is there any other fans? We got Blake Gordon going for the Pasta Man, his dad, Joshua Mays, and who else out there is from Endeavor Racing? I think that's it. Brendan Bernhardt. So Who out there do you think is going to win the race tonight here? We're at lap 12 of 125, so you got time to change your opinions. But as of right now, the Pasta Man is out front, taking care of business. But we got the next CCR driver, Josh Laston, is going to be starting on the outside. Let's see if the Pasta Man's going to be able to pull away from him, or will he be able to get a great jump and hang with Blake Ziti as we go into turn 1. We got Johnny Downey out there. Says Randy Pepper is going to win this one. Randy Pepper did a fantastic job last night in the Sportsman Series. He was running up front for most of the time until he went to the moon. He signed up for some Dogecoins and skyrocketed to the moon. It was a shock. I was about 5 cars back from him, and I just see some type of incident, and a purple car, or excuse me, a purple truck just go airborne, went straight to the moon. But he was able to rebound, got quite a few laps. He went a few laps down, having to be towed after that, and but he was able to bounce back and got a really great finish last night. So kudos to him, and that's why Johnny Downey's out there thinking he's going to win this one, because he's pretty good at short track racing. And this league is sponsored by him and the Guitar Addict. Let's see. Does Randy Pepper have a driver photo? I don't even see this. Does he? Randy Pepper does not have a driver's photo. I was hoping it looked something like Josh Laston. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to see this photo or something like this from him. But we're going to go back green here. The pace car drops into pit road. The Pasta Man will lead the field to green. They round turn 4. He comes out and he launches. He gets a great launch. Stephen Dominic gets a great launch too. I don't think Josh Laston's going to be able to get down. He's going to be stuck on the outside here going in turn 1. They're going to go door to door. Stephen Dominic and Josh Laston. Steve Dominic's going to get a great launch off the corner. They keep them side by side. Josh Laston is fighting. He drops down a little bit too much right there. Too much break into it. Almost clipped Stephen Dominic. Was able to keep it off of him. Brandon Bernhardt was able to clear that. The inside guy was able to take over 4th. Josh Laston cannot overtake him. He's going to slide back to 3rd. He does not want to burn up his tires too much. Most likely conceded that position to Stephen Dominic. Brandon Bernhardt is lurking back there in 4th. 5th, we have Nick Adams. 6th is Gary Winters. And we have another caution. Quite a few people here. Looks like happened in front of them. Let's see here. There's an Anthony Skrilla there. I'm going to go back a little bit. Alrighty, let's hop on. Let's look at here. Get a little bit better view here. That's not really a better view. Let's try the blimp. There we go. Let's see what exactly here. Tom Stephen goes underneath him and gets into Anthony Skrillo. Anthony Skrillo bounces off the wall. You can see him sliding the brakes right there. Just nothing he could do to stop the car. Came down in front of Carl Henderson, Dave Wright, and John Gordon right there. A lot of innocent bystanders right there got collected in that wreck. Anthony Skrillo is going to take that dirty South car of the man, that football team eludes me. I know it's Florida, but what Florida team is that? I don't follow college football. I just know the symbols. I especially don't follow Florida college football. So, as we finish up lap 20 here, about to flip over to lap 21. Blake Ziti is still the leader. Steve Dominic is in 2nd. 3rd is Josh Laston. 4th is Brandon Bernhardt. 5th is Nick Adams. 6th is Gary Winters. 7th is Randy Pepper. 8th is Christopher Oliver. 9th is Derek Schilling. And 10th is Timothy St. Jean. Sadly, one of my buddies, Richard Michael, was not able to get into the race. It booted him out. Wanted to see him in action. I know he came out last week. I had some, wasn't here last week to watch him race. He's one of my good buddies. I raced with him quite a bit in the previous league, about a year and a half ago, 2 years, and wanted to see his debut for me here broadcasting for him. See how well he can get out there and run. I know what he can do when I race with him, so on a different platform over on Xbox. So I wanted to see exactly what he could do out here. He's recently made the switch over and is loving life here in the iRacing world. All right. So hopefully you're back next week, buddy. We want to see you back out here on the track and get everything working. Hopefully iRacing gods will be on your side and allow you to race next week, man. So looks like they just got the one to go. They are lining up and getting door to door. Alrighty, pace car pulls off. Blake Ziti will lead him to the green flag. Let's see, does he get an early jump or a late jump? Stacks him up. And he gets a great jump right there. Looks like he went for a later jump that time. Stephen Dominies and Josh Laston will now race door to door. It is Josh Laston's turn to sit here and get that inside line advantage there, starting in third place like Stephen Dominies had last time. Stephen Dominies is going to hold off for third. Brandon Bernhardt's right there fighting Nick Adams for fourth. Brandon Bernhardt turns left, trying to look underneath Stephen Dominies. It's not there. Nick Adams is right on the back bumper of Brandon Bernhardt right now, going into the turn. He had to slam on brakes to hold off from getting the back bumper of Brandon Bernhardt. He had a stronger entrance in him. And look who's lurking right there in sixth place. Randy Pepper. He's in 6 spots tonight. He's a man on a mission trying to get to the front here. As everybody looks to be single file right now, nobody's out there stepping out of line that I can tell. So these guys are running pretty good. They finally, I think everybody's slowly getting into a rhythm now. That's what these guys need to get into. Martinsville is a very rhythmic track. You want to be able to hit your marks lap after lap, and these cautions get you out of rhythm, So these guys love being there and having a good rhythm to be underneath. Nick Adams is trying to find a way that he can get around Brandon Bernhardt. It looks like he has something for him, just there's no room for him. He wants to dive low right there, but there's just no room right there on the entry. He had to brake really hard to get off of Brandon Bernhardt from sending Brandon Bernhardt to the moon. Nick Adams is doing his best to try and find a lane, but there's nothing there available for him. Action up front, though. Josh Laston's closed the gap on the pasta man. He is looking and searching different lines there, trying to find a better corner exit, corner entry, seeing what Blake Ziti does, and try to do something opposite. Try to find a different launch coming out the corner. Try to get them going down into the corner here as they're going into turn 3. Yeah, they are off of the throttle all the way through the corner there. Gotta let the car rotate completely and free up before you can put the power down in these ARCA cars. They are a handful though if you do it, but they claim that once these tires start to get warm on a long run like this, they're able to really get a little hard on the throttle coming off the corners. Nick Adams finally gets underneath him right there. We got one car, the number 11, in the wall right there, trying to get out of everybody's way. That's Gene Watkinson. No caution. He was able to keep it out of the racing groove. And wait, we got lap traffic. David right there in the 43. He's trying to stay out of everybody's way as well. Nick Adams unable to make a move, but we got looks like Derek Schilling. He's passing Dave Wright. I thought he dived underneath somebody right there. I'm trying to find the action on the track. These guys are running great single file. There's no door-to-door action. You see Timothy St. Jean coming into the picture right there in 10th. He's moved up 7 spots. Tom Stevens is up 10 spots as of right now. Go back up here and check the leaders out, see how everybody's doing on the top 5, 6. Oh, Stephen Dominic hooks the wall right there. Had to snatch it to get it off the wall. Luckily, it wasn't that bad. He was able to recover. Brandon Bernhardt closed the gap, and Stephen Dominic lost a lot of ground to the front too there due to that. But these guys are running very quick lap times. The leaders are just a few tenths off of, about 4 tenths off of their actual qualifying or their best laps. So the race pace has not really fallen off too much right now. Still plenty of grip in these tires. Josh Laston tried to go a little bit higher. He did a little bit later entry into that corner, try to roll the center. He made up a lot of ground, but there's just nothing he can do with it. He was able to catch him in the center of the corner. All right, Gene Watkinson got out of the way this time. I was wondering if Josh Laston could use this as a pick. Ooh, he's going to jump to the outside almost right there. I don't know if that's going to work for him, trying to be in the outside lane, but pass him. But he was going to go for it. In the meantime, Stephen Dominic has closed that gap. He was pretty far back there. He was about 3 or 4 car lengths back. Now he's about 1 car length back from Josh Laston. He is closing up. There's a battle for the top 5 right now. They're all together. 6th place of Derek Schilling is about 1 second back. Stephen Dominic is out of the group. He missed that corner. He blew it. He dropped from 3rd to 5th right there in that one corner. One little mistake sets you back that far. Well, we have a caution. Randy Pepper. I talked about him and I gave him the curse. Let's see how bad this was. Gary Winters. There, he just got into the quarter panel right there going in. I'm not sure if Randy saw him coming in or not. Got one little look. Got leaders. Let's see. Let's try to pause it right quick. Let's rewind it a little bit. Let's try to get a little bit bird's eye view here. I'd like to see a little bit. Looks like Gary Winters got a heck of a run coming out of that corner compared to Randy and tried to go underneath. I'm not sure if Randy didn't see him trying to sticking his nose in there or what, but they just two collided and Randy paid the price in that wreck. So we got a lot of takers on pit road. So let's see here. Brandon Bernhardt did pit. We're at lap 42 125. So we have Josh Laston, Stephen Domi, Chris Oliver, Kevin Haas, Carl Henderson, Randy Pepper all went into pit road. Looks like Joshua May jumped in pit road. Gary Winters jumped in pit road. He's in the 18th now. So, as we come to complete lap 43 here, I forgot how many cautions were already underneath. I lose count on these. When it starts to get close to those double-digit numbers, I start paying attention. So let's see here. I'll round out after this caution. We have a lot of people took to the pit road to get some 4 fresh tires and a little bit of Sunoco fuel. So let's see here. First place right now, we still have Blake Zedes out there. Second is Brandon Bernhardt. Third is Nick Adams. Fourth is Derek Schilling. Fifth is Timothy St. Jean. Sixth is Tom Stevens. Seventh, John Gordon. Then Josh Laston's in eighth. Ninth is Stephen Domney. 10th is Christopher Oliver. Where is Mama's Manboy at? I want to... where's she at? I have not seen her out there commenting tonight. Mama Manboy is in 10th place right now. He started in 10th and he's in 10th place right now. All right. Pace car is off. Pasta Man still chose the bottom line. I figured he might play some games and jump to the top line, but he didn't. He gets a heck of a jump. Brandon Bernhardt's right there with him. Brandon Bernhardt will not be able to fight him right here. I think he will try and get underneath him. Nope, he will. He got a nose there coming off the corner. He was able to outbrake him going in the corner and get side by side with him. It's the only advantage the outside really has, is that they can drive in the corner just a little bit deeper and carry a little bit more momentum. And then when you're hanging on the outside, the inside lane cannot get a full launch off the corner like usual. And we have another caution. Alrighty. 3-1. Let me go back. Let's see what happened here. Let's call this 3 wide. To me, right there, just in slow-mo, looks like Tom Stevens got out of the racing line. And Josh Laston was trying to capitalize without losing any spots right there. There's his teammate Christopher Oliver gave him room. Did Josh Laston? Looks like he might have made contact right there. Let's go on the rear bumper of Stephen Dominy there. Let's see if I can find the rear bumper. Let's see, gearbox. Oh yeah, plenty of contact. That'll do it. Lift the rear tires up off the ground. The car will spin around every single time. Derek's out there texting and driving. He's like, hey, Adam, Randy and himself would love to get some inside pointers of what we should do. Turn left, brake easy, accelerate off, don't spin out. That's my advice here at Martinsville. You can search for lanes all day long here, but the only way you're going to really capitalize here, in my opinion, is waiting for somebody else to have a mistake. You saw they were running tight top 5 and nobody was getting anywhere until Stephen Dominy made a mistake and lost 2 spots there. So that's how you're going to gain spots here at Martinsville in this Arcus car. I think Blake Gordon probably would counter me and says he can make up positions anywhere here at Martinsville. He loves this track. But for me, that's my helpful hint of how I drive Martinsville. It's a battle of nutrition. So, as we round off lap 50 of 125, we're getting closer and closer to the halfway mark here at Martinsville. We're not there yet. I think we've surpassed my estimate of 7, or we're really close to it. My buddy Richard Michael, he says, great advice. I don't know how I can give any better here. It's been a long time since I've ran an Arctic car here at Martinsville, but I know how Martinsville drives, and You have to battle until somebody else makes a mistake, and then you capitalize. All right, they're going to go back green here. Blake Ziti will lead them. And he gets a great jump on his teammate. Nick Adams is there trying to keep his nose underneath of Brendan Bernhardt. He does. He outbreaks him going in the corner. He closes the gap up. He tries to drive out underneath him in the corner. Does not make it stick. He's running side by side with Brandon Bernhardt for third. Brandon Bernhardt sells it. Tries to get on the long side of Blake Ziti. Could not. Looks like he's going to fall in line in second place as of right now. Nick Adams is trying to stay underneath him there and trying to fight as hard as he can for second. We got a great battle with Timothy St. Jean and Derek Schilling back there and for third and fourth, or for fourth and fifth right there. Christopher Oliver, Mama's Man Boy, is right there as well, trying to make up some spots. As of right now, Nick Adams slides to the front left tire, locks it up. That's going to give, well, I was going to say give him an advantage, but we're underneath caution once again. Lap 54 of 125. Let's look at the incident. Looks like Tom Stevens. It says something with him. All right, there's some previous contact here. Let's look here. Let's go back a little bit further. We saw everybody locking up right there. Dave Wright gets in the side of Tom Stevens. Everybody locks up thinking something might happen. Randy Pepper gets on the outside there. Gets into him just a little bit. Randy Pepper gets in really deep in the corner, but Tom Stevens did not, and gets rear-ended by Randy Pepper. Tom Stevens was not getting a great center roll right there, whereas Randy Pepper he sent it in and was getting a great run there on the outside, and just was a little bit too much to handle right there for Tom Stevens. Yeah, but Richard Michael, my buddy said, Richard, he's out there, said that capitalize if you don't get collected. That's the very key here, is keeping yourself clean. Don't get collected in wrecks, and hope everybody else in front of you does. So you can just continue to move up in the field. Great time to pick up spots here or on the restarts. So with that, I'm going to send us to another commercial break.
For 20 years, the Guitar Attic has been your home for used and vintage guitars in the Daytona Beach area and at GuitarAttic.com. The Guitar Attic is your home for used and vintage guitars. Whether you're looking for that collector's piece or that beginner piece, they've got you covered. With names like Fender, Gibson, Gretsch, Ibanez, Martin, Taylor, and much, much more, the Guitar Attic has all the guitars you need. And bass players, they haven't forgot about you. They've got all the top names. Amplifiers from Friedman, Victoria, Fender, Boss, and many, many more. They also have the largest selection of used pedals anywhere in the Southeast. The Guitar Attic, located at 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue, just north of Flemish in Holly Hill, Florida. Also, check us out online at GuitarAttic.com.
All right, another wonderful ad there by Randy Pepper. So, once again, we're here at lap 58, about to cross the line for lap 59 of 125 here in the AOLL Guitar Attic TNT series. All right, we got Tammy Day Joyner out there. She finally says it. She says, go number 14, Mama's Man Boy. She didn't say it, I ad-libbed it. He's sitting right now in 6th spot. He capitalized on a last restart. He's up 4 spots from it. Pace car is off the track. Blake Ziti will take the inside line once again. And he gets a good jump. Nick Adams trying to get underneath him as well. Brendan Bernhardt again, just like last time. Behind them, Timothy St. Jean is lurking in 4th spot. Oh, Nick Adams puts himself and all 3 of them in a bad spot. He comes in and collects them again. Nick Adams tried to force it 3 wide there with too much momentum right there going into the corner. Did not work. He needed to slow that car down way too much, or a lot more. He carried way too much speed. All right, let's go back and see if we can get a better view of that wreck. And there's a lot of stuff that happened. It happened up front, but it's at the front of the field. It impacts the entire field. Nick Adams just gets him way too hard, takes him out, and then just could not get it stopped. Hits him again. Timothy St. Jean, let's pause this. Let's see here. We'll stop this. Let's rewind it. Try to get the blimp view. See how many cars are involved here. So we got Pasta Man, Timothy St. Jean, Brandon Bernhardt gets dumped right there. John Gordon escapes it. Stephen Domney had to stop. And 10 of Mike Wazinski, I believe. Let's see here. Top of the frame right there. Everybody's slowing down. I think it's the number 10. I cannot find that number there. Yeah, Mike Wazinski, I believe he comes into the frame at the top. Gets into the back of Randy Pepper, spins him around, could not get stopped. Randy Pepper is involved in another accident. So everybody went in, took their fast repair, and they are coming out of the pits. So Mama's Man Boy is moved up into second spot after this. So let's run down the field right quick. We have Derek Schilling now taking over pole position. Christopher Oliver's in second. Third is John Gordon. Fourth is Carl Henderson. Fifth is Kevin Haas. Sixth is Joshua Mays. Seventh is Josh Laston. Eighth is Anthony Scarillo. Ninth is Tom Stevens. 10th is Stephen Dominy. 11th is Dave Wright. 12th is Randy Pepper. 13th is Blake Ziti. 14th is Nick Adams. 15th is Brandon Bernhardt. 16th is Mike Wazinski. 17th is Timothy St. Jean. Gary Winters is 18th. 19th is Gene Watkinson. So they're slowly starting to get stacked up here. It looks like the pace car lights may be off there. They are. They're going to go green this time. They are getting stacked up 2 by 2. Pace car is going to pull off. This is the first time Derek Schilling has led a lap tonight. He's going to get up there and see what type of jump does he get. He gets a good jump right there. Christopher Oliver's trying to catch up to him. He stays door to door with them though. Christopher Oliver's going to sell it in on the outside. He's running door to door. Looks like he's going to drop back and behind Derek Schilling. Does not get a good launch coming off of turn 2. Carl Henderson stuck on the outside around John Gordon. Looks like he's going to clear him in the middle of turn 3. Gets a great run out of turn 4. He's going to clear him. Let's go back to Kevin Haas, Josh Laston. Josh Laston's coming in right behind him. We got Tom Stevens. We got a great battle all the way around. Let's jump back up to the front here and see how everybody's doing. Christopher Oliver is about 1.5 car lengths back. His teammate Carl Henderson is right there with him. Somebody just tapped the wall right there coming out of the corner. Heard it out of just a little bit of a wall slap. John Gordon going south just for a half a second there. Yeah. Carl Henderson, he's blinking pretty good. He popped out of nowhere on the screen there during that camera angle. Kevin Haas is coming up, sitting in fifth spot right now. Blake Ziti just got by his teammate. He is trying to come up to the field. He's got, next up is going to be Stephen Dominy. Blake Ziti has not seen any action tonight, or hasn't seen any of the traffic tonight. So only ones he's had to pass right now has been lap traffic. So I'm curious to see if he's going to be able to have a dominant car to drive back to the field, or will he be stuck in line like everybody else seems to have tonight. Everybody looks like they have been waiting for the person in front of them to make the slightest mistake and take over. Stephen Downey closes to the back bumper there of Tom Stevens. Tom Stevens running in 7th place right now. They are starting to stack up. Stephen Downey wants to get around Tom Stevens because he does not want Blake Ziti on his bumper. He'd rather have a good car buffer between them. Ooh, a little tap right there. Blake Ziti ran the middle lane coming up, but they had to stop short right there in the middle during the center of that turn. No harm, no foul. Rubin is racing. Stephen Downey saw Tom Stevens get a little bit wide there, didn't get a great exit, and he tried to capitalize, but he could not. And caution is back out. We're at lap 73 of 125. We are finally past the halfway mark. So we got Randy Pepper and Joshua Mays. Let's see what happens here. Randy Pepper keeps driving in deep and everybody else is braking. I'm not sure how Randy's able to drive it deep and make it stick like that, but he's able to do it and other people are not able to drive it in. And when Randy sails it in like that, he just cannot slow it down fast enough when the people in front of him is not doing his speed. So what I'm looking right now, Stephen Dominey's coming back in after that spin. Gonna get 4 fresh tires and some good old Sunoco fuel for that school number 26. Let's go to a commercial break.
The AOLL began online racing in the mid-1990s with Papyrus's NASCAR racing still going strong 27 years later on the iRacing platform. The TNT series races on Thursday night, running the ARCA Chevy cars for drivers looking to learn and have fun. The Cup Series races on Sunday nights, featuring league veterans and Class A licensed drivers. The Sportsman Division races on Wednesday nights, running the Gander Outdoor trucks with drivers from the Cup and TNT series. You can catch all of the AOLL racing action right here on Ghostfire Media.
All right, I love that ad. That ad was done by our own John Gordon. He's been doing a lot of the good graphics that you see here in the videos for us. He's doing a great job, an outstanding job. We appreciate all the hard work and effort he's put into it. We reach out to him, and he's more than happy to put out a wonderful product for us. So we appreciate all the work and help that he has. We don't have the biggest budget in the world for graphic design, so we appreciate when people are able to lend us a hand here at Ghostfire Media. Speaking of that, this week we're doing the TNT race. Tomorrow night is our podcast night. We'll be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come out and watch us. We'll be talking about the fuel race. We're talking about the IBRL, our sportsman race last night. It was finally, Carl Henderson's able to broadcast as of right now on Wednesday night sportsman races. We'll talk about Sunday's Cup race. And then we'll talk about all the different drivers. We're going to bring on a couple new drivers this week from Fuel and see if we can try to find a new driver here in the AOL blanket of 3 series to bring on that we have not heard from. We'll try to, if you're out there, you want to be a part of the podcast and you have not, and you would love to be on the podcast, please reach out to me, Adam Wood, or any of the other Ghostfire Media team. We would love to get a new person from AOL out there on the podcast. So the lights are off on the pace car as of right now. We're going to go green this time by the pace car drops into pit road. 87 of Derek Schilling is rounding turn 4. Christopher Oliver is running side by side. Derek Schilling gets a heck of a jump. Christopher Oliver tried to time it, did not get it, but he's going to try to stay to his outside and not let him get a good run off of turn 2, but he does. He was able to clear him. Derek Schilling's able to clear him for first. Christopher Oliver drops back into second. We had a great battle right here with Josh Laston and Kevin Haas. Kevin Haas is hanging on the right rear quarter panel. Josh Laston gives it up Blake Zede's coming up underneath his teammate John Gordon. John Gordon's going to sell it on the outside of Kevin Haas. Kevin Haas is going to try to get a good jump off the corner, but he's not able to. They're still side by side going down the back straightaway. And we're under caution once again here at lap 80 of 125 here at Martinsville Speedway in the AOLL Guitar Addict TNT series. All right. Dave Wright spun, self-spin, and turned himself around. That caused a caution. He turned him around right in front, right in the middle of it, and that triggered a caution. So we have Nick Adams jumped in a pit lane. Well, maybe he did a fake. It says you stay there for 0.55 seconds, so it does not look like he did. Tom Stevens might have jumped in the pit road here. Let's look and see if Tom Stevens does. Tom Stevens did jump in the pit road right here. Alrighty, so lap 82 of 125. This is what a top 10 looks like as of right now. First place is Derek Schilling. Second is Christopher Oliver. Third is Carl Henderson. Fourth is Josh Laston. Fifth is Kevin Haas. Sixth is John Gordon. Seventh is Blake Zede. Eighth is Brendan Bernhardt. Ninth is Nick Adams. And 10th is Stephen Dominy. Let's go out there. I need somebody to talk to. Let's see who's having a good night and would probably like to talk. We'll bring up Derek Schilling. Hey Derek, it's Adam in the booth, man. How's it going?
Hi.
I hear you're trying to look for some tips. I have no tips to give you. What tips do you have for us out here in the booth?
So far, I've had a lot of luck that that wreck with Nick took out all the leaders in front of me, and I was just lucky enough to be able to avoid it. So, other than that, I have no tips.
How's the car handling out there?
It's not bad. I'm having to do a lot of one-handed driving because my hand issue. So, probably handling a lot different for me than everybody else.
I gotcha, man. Well, I mean, you're looking strong. Love the paint scheme. Rick Kohler did an awesome job on it, man. It looks great up here in the booth.
Well, hopefully I can put it in victory lane and make him a little bit more proud of the paint scheme.
I think he's been proud of it no matter what, man. It looks great on the track. And, hey, man, I wish you luck for the rest of the race. We'll see you at the end of the race if you finish in the top 3, man.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
All right.
All right, that's your leader right there for, as of right now, at lap 85 of 125. Looks like they are getting ready to go back green. Looks like the lights are off on the pace car here. Pace car dives in. Derek Schilling gets an excellent jump there. Christopher Oliver's on the outside of him. He's going to clear him coming off of turn 2. Christopher Oliver getting a great battle right now, though, from his teammate Carl Henderson. Carl Henderson tries to dive it in deep, thinks twice. He does not want to ruin his teammates' night there when they're both running up front there. We got 3 CCR cars in a row. We have Christopher Oliver, Carl Henderson, and Josh Laston. Fifth, we have Kevin Haas. Kevin Haas is trying to capitalize right now. He's trying to get to the back bumper before Blake Zede gets to the back bumper of him. Blake Zede is trying to get back to the front. He wants to get that lead again that was taken away from him earlier in the race. And we're at lap 88. We'll get back to the future on this lap. Let's roll this beautiful beam footage here. Looks like Randy Pepper accelerated a little bit too much off of it, self-spins, and then collects other people that could not get out of the way. Let's try to rewind it here and see, get it from a different camera angle. Oh, we want to go with the blimp, not the chase. He's just loose right there. You can see him in the middle of the corner. Just looks off and just spins it. Too much power coming out of the car. Tom Stevens involved. Number 43 of David Wright's involved. 10 of Mike Wazinski tried to sneak by there on the outside, but could not. So quite a few cars right there involved in that event. We got quite a few other people here on pit road. Kevin Haas decided to come in. John Gordon, Tom Stevens, Randy Pepper. They all decided to come into pit road right now. I think the top 5 here are all going to stay out till the end of this race. They have about 35 more laps. How many more cautions are we going to have in this next 35 laps? I'm asking the viewers out there of this race, how many cautions will we have for the remaining now 34 laps of this race? I want to hear your guys' predictions. Until then, let's run through the field. We got a little shake-up. A few people pitted there. So we got Derek Schilling in first still, Christopher Oliver in second. Third is Carl Henderson. Fourth is Josh Laston. Fifth is Blake Ziti. Sixth is Brandon Bernhardt. Seventh is Nick Adams. Eighth is Stephen Domney. Ninth is Timothy St. Jean. And rounding out the top 10 is Anthony Scarillo. Richard's out there saying Carl's pretty quick tonight. Yeah, he was out there able to grab the pole. He got a very fast car, but everybody else up there around him right now has a pretty fast car, and without a mistake or somebody having just a slight error on entry, missing their mark just by the slightest, it's hard to capitalize this. And Carl Henderson's going to have to time this restart just right to stay on the back bumper of Derek Schilling in order to get side by side and hopefully clear his teammate of Christopher Oliver. That's the only way it's going to happen. Right now, though, we've seen the outside line and was, for the most part, all night long, is able to stay in second. The bottom really has not been able to capitalize and pass them.
Well, I've joined you now, Adam, since I got ejected from the race because I ran out of talent.
You were doing great, man, up front. Yeah, it looks like you were able to turn the center of the corners way better than everybody else and able to dive it deep. But we'll talk about that on our next caution. Until then, we got Derek Schilling. He is about to take him back to the green. He gets a great jump. He goes early this time. Keeps everybody sleeping. Carl Henderson's going to dive in. Takes over that second spot. Josh Laston's going to capitalize on the late restart there that Christopher Oliver's got. Is going to try and take over the third spot from him.
Yeah, Derek's running really good out there tonight. Actually, he's only running with one arm. I don't know if you've talked about that. He broke his hand earlier this week in a dispute with somebody, and he's running a great job, running really good. I talked to him in chat, and he said he's going to stay out, not going to get tires. I think he's going to try to run the whole race by himself out there, and everybody else has got tires and gas. Derek's going to try to, do it all on his own. And so far, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, Blake Ziti just doored Christopher Oliver just a tad bit coming off turn 4 there. Not enough to really do any damage, but he just got into him just the slightest. He's trying to make it up to the pack. He's moved up in the 4th spot. He's going to take over that spot from Christopher Oliver. He's setting sail on Josh Laston. The top 4 are nose to tail right now.
Yeah, Ziti, he's made his way through the pack. All Henderson, Laston, and Ziti all were in the back of the pack at one point. They've all made their way back to the field here all by themselves, worked their way through, definitely. And unfortunately, Chris Oliver, he's just hadn't had a good night. He's run well, but just can't make the moves work tonight.
Yeah, right now he's being challenged by Brandon Bernhardt. Brandon Bernhardt's learning how to do that outside line. He just passed 2 cars right there, both Nick Adams and Christopher Oliver on the outside line. Nick Adams going to try it. Christopher Oliver ran a little bit wide, almost took out his teammate right there.
Yeah, they got close together there, and you saw where Nick overdrove the turn there and lost a lot of spots and nearly came down onto Tim St. Jean.
Yeah, you saw it on the corner of the screen right there. He almost got into the corner of Timothy St. Jean while he lost it. So, yeah, that's a pretty thing. Oh, while we were looking at them, Carl Henderson was able to get past Derek Schilling, took over the lead. Let's go back and look at that. So he was able to clear him coming off of turn 2, get underneath him, and just drives away coming out of turn 4. Luckily, Derek Schilling was able to hang in there long enough so Josh Laston did not get his nose underneath there.
It's just, I really think it's a matter of time before Josh is able to get around Derek as well, because Derek, his tires are old. Eventually, he's just not going to be able to hang with those guys, because both Josh and Ziti are both like banging on his back end really hard.
Yeah, so far Derek has not pitted. So from what I'm looking at right now, Carl and Josh have lap 40 they pitted, and Blake Ziti and Bernhardt right there running 4th and 5th did it on lap 62. So they have fresher tires. Ooh, David Wright was stopped in the middle of the corner, no caution. Everybody so far was able to get around him. I'm not sure what's exactly going on. Josh checked up for it. Blake Ziti gave him a little tap on the back bumper right there. Now the caution is out with 22 laps to go.
Well, it was kind of like when John Gordon also, he was stuck on the back straightaway, which scared half of us to death back there. When he was stuck back there, it's like, oh my gosh, what's he doing in the middle of the track?
Yeah, he just loses right there and gets stuck there, and all the leaders come by him. I'm surprised that it took that long for the caution to come out.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising it did take that long. Luckily, he didn't back up into anybody. Which could have been disastrous.
Timothy St. Jean crashed too right after that, so maybe he's the one that caused it. So Nick Adams getting Timothy St. That's what the caution came out for. It wasn't for David Wright. It was for this right here.
Nick Adams got into
Tim St. Jean.
Tim St. Jean, yeah. Tough break there for the Guitar Addict number 6.
Alrighty, so we got a little bit of shake up here. Carl Henderson, our pole sitter, is back in the lead with 20 laps to go. Derek Schilling's going to start on the outside in 2nd place. 3rd is Josh Laston. 4th is going to be Blake Ziti. 5th is Brandon Bernhardt. 6th is Stephen Domney. 7th is Nick Adams. 8th is Joshua Mays. 9th is John Gordon. Rounding out the top 10 is Kevin Haas.
Kevin's not having a bad night tonight, running 10th.
Yeah, he was up there running almost top 5, and I know he pitted and went to the back. So, pitting to get fresh tires is a lot of times a good thing, but also here at short track racing, these hard restarts that we're getting, it's kind of a bad thing too, because you can be caught up in a wreck. That could happen up front like we saw earlier. Yeah.
It just seems like about every 4 or 5 laps we'll get another incident. It's a tough track. It's really it's slick on the top, and then it's tight on the bottom, and guys are running along the bottom like me. We think we can make that inside work, and unfortunately it just doesn't work because the guy on the outside doesn't see you coming. And we've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, these guys are going to have to try to play it cool, but it's kind of hard. We're dwindling down. We're going to continue to get caution after caution if the race continues on like it has been, and people are going to be fighting for every little spot they can get. So it's going to be some great hard battles up front for the next 18 laps.
Yep, you are correct. Did you miss me? That's why I came in here to join you.
Oh, man, I miss you up here in the booth all the time, man. But I'd rather see you out there on the track having some fun, or at least trying to have some fun.
Have some fun. When you get ejected, it's always fun because you ran out of talent.
You got ejected last night, but that's because of netcode, and you went to the moon.
Yeah, Russian judge, the Japanese judge, and the the Hawaiian judge also gave me like big scores.
Yeah, they gave you all 10s, man.
Yeah.
All right, Carl Henderson gets a heck of a lead. Josh Laston is there in third. He's going to pass Derek Schilling right there. It's going to clear him going out of turn 2. Derek's around.
Derek didn't have a good start. Yeah,
Josh Mays gets collected in that one.
Yeah, Derek run those old tires. Just eventually it was gonna happen.
Oh, sorry about that, folks. I wasn't laughing at that. The pace car just drove through Derek. I thought it was another car coming through, about to deck him. And Derek decided to call it quits or something. He jumps in the pit road, tows it. I don't know if he blew his engine or what, but he was not able to move.
Yeah, I would imagine he probably quit. He was complaining quite a bit about his arm or his hand. So,
he got a heck of a hit right there. His engine could have blew right there and couldn't move. So,
yep, maybe so. So Carl Henderson leading with just a few laps remaining, 14 laps remaining here, and Carl actually said before the race, "There's no way I'm going to win this thing. I just don't like this track that much. It doesn't agree with me." But he's proven everybody wrong.
I mean, that's how a lot of people say, "Man, I'm not good at that track," and they go out and win it.
Yeah, and I said I was good at this track, and look at what happened to me.
I mean, you started making your way up. You almost got in the top 5 there. I think you were right there sitting on the outside of top 5 and 6th for a little bit. And then you were able to, when you got stuck on the outside lane, you were able to sit it in there pretty deep, and it looks like you were sticking it. It's just the people in front of you, they had a way different braking zone than you did. And with your late dive into it, being able to arc it around the corner, and other people's basically kind of like slow in the center and fast off, did not mix.
No, did not. Oh, well. It is what it is.
Derek said his shifter fell off, taking the rest of the race off. A little sore now. He's driving one-handed and using the stick at the same time. Man, that's why I love paddle shifters. I know the realism is there for having that H pattern shifter there, but at the same time, the paddle shifters make life 1,000 times easier.
Yeah, no doubt. 12 laps remaining here at Martinsville Speedway on this beautiful Thursday night racing in the AOLL Guitar Addict TNT series. Carl Henderson started on the pole, and now he is leading the race once again after going all the way to the back of the pack. So let's see if he can beat his teammate, or maybe he last night Carl was actually talking about how he thought Blake Ziti was going to get a win by the end of the season. Could tonight be that night?
Yeah, I think, it probably would have been, or, he would have had a hell of a shot if it wasn't for the accident where Nick Adams sliced him and took him and Brandon Bernhardt out. But they're back there in third and fourth with going to be 10 laps to go when we go green here.
So was he slicing him like pizza?
No, it was like a freight train. All right.
2x2. Here we go.
Carl Henderson gets a great jump. Josh Laston's not going to let him go there. Maybe he is. Josh Laston tries to drop down to that bottom lane, secure that second spot, hold off Blake Ziti and Brandon Bernhardt at bay, let them two fight it out. Nick Adams is right behind them. I know these guys probably don't want to see Nick behind him. Last time he was, something bad happened. Those two fight coming off of turn 4, going into turn 1 now.
Look at John Gordon also in that number 19 car, working the outside of the Nick Adams car. So John's having a great run as well.
Yeah, I really like that paint scheme Brandon Bernhardt's running right now. It's very nice. But as we talk about that, Blake Ziti gets by Brandon Bernhardt, finally clears him, gets straight in line. Now he's going to go and try and attack the leaders with 8 laps to go.
Can he reel them in? That is the question. Can Blake Ziti reel them in? Or is Brandon Bernhardt going to get his rhythm once again and reel them in as well? But it looks like Blake Ziti's definitely, he's got the faster car as it looks like right now.
Yeah, he ran about 0.2 faster right there than Josh Laston. He's got 22 lap fresher tires than him too. So I'm not sure exactly how much tires are of advantage here, but if it can, he's going to have the advantage. It's just hoping that the older tires of Josh Laston and Carl Henderson give up or they make a mistake.
I think he's going to have to wait for somebody to make a mistake. And unfortunately, those two guys don't make very many mistakes.
Yeah. Right now, we're at 5 laps to go. Blake Ziti gets in the back bumper just a little bit in the center right there. Everybody looks like kind of chalked up just a little bit, and Blake Ziti caught him a little bit too much.
Yeah.
He's letting him know he's there, though.
Yeah, I'm sure Josh is going, what the heck are you doing back there?
He knows it's 4 laps remaining, and hey, man, I'm here. Let me go.
Yeah, exactly. And he's definitely letting him know. About every other lap, he's into the back of him. And that time he went way high that time, and that did not work.
He lost a lot of ground right there, and Brandon Bernhardt almost capitalized on it, was almost able to take the position back. But Blake was able to overpower him and get back in the third.
Yep. And he's still hanging there. Nick Adams slides off that turn, and he almost gets it back into the wall. He's going to lose ground to Brandon Bernhardt.
So as they come out of this turn right here, we'll be 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Right now, Carl Henderson's got a comfortable lead, about 1 car length behind Josh Laston. Now I said that's a comfortable lead here. It's not like Blake Ziti, where Blake Ziti's looking for any opportunity to dive underneath Josh Laston. He's on his back bumper.
Yeah, he's slicing and dicing everything he can out there, trying to get around that 18 car. And Josh Laston's just running a very consistent line around the track. Doesn't seem to waver much. Every lap is pretty much the same. The same thing with Carl Henderson as well. Those guys are running a very consistent lap.
Carl Henderson's coming off of turn 4, coming to the checkered flag. Carl Henderson is your winner here at Martinsville Speedway. He will grab the win from the pole tonight.
Good job, Carl. Awesome job. He had to fight for that one for sure. He had to drive his way all the way through the pack just to get back up there and win this race. Is good job by Hot Carl Henderson.
I know Miss Tammy Day Joyner, she is going to be ecstatic to see Hot Carl win this race. Alrighty.
All his teammates came by and gave him a hello. Except for I didn't see. He is there. The 14 Oliver did come by and give him a kiss.
Yeah. So as he burns those tires down, let's put up the results. Alrighty. Coming in first tonight, your winner is Carl Henderson, who wins it from the pole. Second is Josh Laston. Third is Blake Ziti. Fourth is Brendan Bernhardt. Fifth is Nick Adams. Sixth is John Gordon. Seventh is Kevin Haas. Eighth is Timothy St. Jean. Ninth is Anthony Scarillo. 10th is Stephen Dominy.
And Chris Oliver ended up falling in the 11th spot. Tom Stevens came home 12th. 13th was Joshua Mays. 14th was the Mike Wazinski car. And I don't see the rest.
So we got,
I'm a little behind. You got to scroll it for me. 15th
is Dave Wright. 16th is Derek Schilling. 17th is our man Randy Pepper. 18th is Gary Winters. 19th is Gene Watkinson.
Yeah, Gene Watkinson rounds out the field in the number 11.
All right. So let's get a race winner up here. Hey, this is Adam, Randy in the booth. You got a copy hot, Carl?
Got you, buddy.
Congratulations, man. I know you started on the pole. You had a little mishap there. Tell us all about it, and how were you able to capitalize and get back to the front?
Yeah, it was funny with that mishap. Like in practice, I had spun out all over the place, because if you're not spinning out there in practice, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. But I had never had an issue right at that exact spot. I am not sure what happened. And I had just come to, because Josh was just behind me on that start. And I told him, I was like, hey, man, I'm going to be taking this really easy. Like just the corner before, I was like, I'm going to be going really easy. I'm not going to be pushing it very hard, because I'm Blake. I'm not going to be able to get around Blake until he makes a mistake. And then I went around. It was bizarre, but yeah, I mean, I knew what I did last week. I was able to go through the field last week and get the win. So I just stayed calm and pitted and was able to get through the field there. And fortunately, I mean, I hate to see what happened with Blake and Brandon. And Nick was involved in that. I don't know who caused it. I haven't watched the replay, but hate that it happened because I know Blake and Brandon were really, really fast tonight, and so was Nick. So I hate that all that happened, but it benefited me. I was able to get to the front, and once you get to the front, if you hold the bottom, I mean, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, you went all the way to the back. I was back there behind you for a while, and you just sliced and diced through the field there. It was an awesome job to watch you do that. But when you did spin there, I was like, that cannot be Carl. I was like, it really took me by surprise that you were up against the wall at that point. So that was a great recover for you, man.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I want to go and apologize to Anthony Scarillo as well. When I got shuffled to the back there, at one point he, I think, tagged the wall. Maybe he got pushed into the wall, and should have held the brakes, but he came down to me and after the incident and caused me to take some damage and said some things over the radio I shouldn't have. So apologies to Anthony for that.
It happens, dude. Don't worry about it.
Gotcha, man. Man, you ran a hell of a race tonight. It's hard to pass here at Martinsville, and looks like most of the passes really came on these numerous restarts that we had all night long. So what was your take on trying to pass people here?
Yeah, it's funny. We were actually just talking about that near the end of the race. Nick said something about this, and it's true. If this were like the Xfinity cars or maybe even the trucks, like, you get behind someone, you can give them a little nudge, move them up the track. With these cars, with the way the bumpers line up, like if you try to nudge someone, you're likely going to spin them. So that's not really an option. So it really just comes down to at one point, when Chris was ahead of me and we were trying to chase down Derek Schilling, who had a heck of a run. Chris and I were talking about how to get around him, and it's like maybe try backing up your corner, and let me know if you're going to back it up. So I brake early, but we were just trying to strategize, come up with ways, because even though he had older tires than us, I mean, he was holding the bottom, and as long as you're holding the bottom, it is really tough to pass here. So really, the only option is just kind of sit there and wait for someone to make a mistake.
Yeah, that's how I feel at Martinsville and a lot of short track racing is. I mean, there's some that you can get really good run, and it's a little bit more bank corners. These more flat corners like this, it's hard to get a good leap off the corner compared to your competitors. Like you just have to wait till they make a mistake and try to capitalize. And that's kind of what happened tonight. Just waited for somebody to make mistakes. Stephen Dominy got a little loose, went out of the corner, lost 2 spots, and a couple people capitalized off of it. So that's kind of like the theme of the night.
Yeah, last season when we were here, I felt like I was one of the faster cars. I was running second for quite a while, and I had Sean Carmody in front of me, and I was just sitting there waiting for him to make a mistake, and he refused to make a mistake. So I sat in second for a long time. But I'll tell you what, I'm glad I had a teammate behind me tonight because, no disrespect to the Endeavor guys, but I mean, I think they might have been more willing to try putting the bumper to me had they been up there. Honestly, Blake probably has every right to put the bumper to me. So Really glad that I had a teammate there to, Josh certainly won the win, but he wasn't going to, wreck me to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right there in
all
the
that.
right there in the closing laps, Blake Ziti kind of gave Josh Lassen just a little bit of a tap. I think a little bit slower
Just
in
a
the
tip.
corner. He
A
gave him a
few
little bit of
times.
tip. But yeah, I mean, that's short track racing with 2 to go. So nothing, no harm, no foul. Just a tip, not enough to disturb the car.
Yeah, that's all it takes sometimes.
But hey, man, hey, congratulations on this win tonight here at Martinsville, man. I know it's going to feel good, and then you're going to be able to take this momentum on to next week.
Yeah, I'm really excited. That's 3 on the season now. Hoping I can continue doing it because there's a lot of competitors this season. It'll be really hard to win a championship.
Yeah, you guys are the competition in this TNT right now is as tough as it's ever been.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd agree with that. If we had Sean Carmody here, I think it'd be even better. Really enjoy racing that guy, but I understand why he can only race so many nights a week. I get that. But otherwise, I mean, it's been awesome out there. So many good competitors.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got out there. I can see just how tough the guys are. It's like it's not worth me even running. I'm going to stay out of the way, so I'll stay up here with Adam.
Hey, you were fast tonight too, Randy. You just had some issues, and that happens.
My luck. I just have terrible luck, so I'm better off staying up here.
I got you, man. Well, congratulations, man. You have a great night, Carl.
All right, thanks, guys.
I put him back in the Endeavor Racing with his teammates.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's where Josh is at. So we're gonna pull Josh up here. Yeah, Josh.
Is Josh down there too?
Yeah, Josh was in Endeavor Racing. Hey, Josh, this is Adam and Randy in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I do. I forgot I should even be talking to you guys tonight.
Why, man? Isn't it like almost a weekly occurrence for you to hang out here in the TNT Series booth after the race?
I mean, it used to be. Not as much anymore. I'm trying to get myself back into that weekly appearance.
I got you, man. Well,
Really like it to be before Carl one time, though.
oh, man. So talk us through the race, man. You had a little bit of ups and downs, pitted, and then got yourself in the back of the pack and had to work your way back up. Tell us about your night.
It was just be patient, wait for the inevitable incidents in front of you, and hopefully make some good passes. Most fun was the last 20 laps. Sitting there trying to hold off Blake and Brandon and, make it to where Carl could get another win.
Yeah, so tell us about, it was about 2 to go. Did you feel the tip just a little bit?
A little, but
Little.
it was mostly just I had to start backing off because my breaking point was much later than Carl, who was trying to make sure he could make it to the end without an incident. And
Oh, that's what
yeah, it was.
That's what I figured. It looked like you were slowing in a little bit in the center of the corner, and Blake was rotating just a little bit and gave you a little bit of a tip, not on purpose, but just a little bit.
A few times. And were you worried about, okay, when he was doing that, were you worried that he was going to get underneath you and just kind of pull the back end up?
I don't know if you noticed my line, but my line was intentionally making sure that Sean could not get below me.
Blake.
Blake.
Yeah, well, that's why I said that in the broadcast. I said to Adam, I said, both you and Carl were probably the 2 most consistent lines around the track, and definitely going to make somebody work to get around you because you weren't fluctuating from that line at all.
No, Martinsville is a rhythm track, and occasionally you are going to have to change it up just to make sure that no one can get around you. Because early in the race, when I was trying to get around Blake, I was trying to swing it out wide and corner entry to where I could try to get below him on the exit. But Martinsville's nearly impossible to pass without a mistake, and he was clean the whole night.
Absolutely.
I got you, man. Well, You came runner up to your teammate. I mean, if you got to lose, at least you lose to your teammate, not to a competitor. So, congratulations on a second place. But always remember the words of the great Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you are last.
Yeah, I know.
So do better next week, man.
I don't even remember where we are next week.
We're at a racetrack
But-
that goes around in circles, hopefully.
Well,
Maybe. Might be a road
I'm pretty
course.
sure it's one that only turns left too.
Well, let's see here. Let's roll this beautiful beam footage of where we're going to be. Yes, we're going to be at another short track. Oh, no, actually, no. Nashville Super Speedway, not Fairgrounds. So I get to.
I would be the first to say that almost runs like a short track.
Yeah, but you're able to. It's not a Martinsville where it's on the gas, off the gas, on the gas, off the gas. You have a little bit more throttle time there, so that's going to be a little bit more enjoyable than Martinsville short track racing, and it's not Nashville Fairgrounds.
Well, I like Nashville Fairgrounds.
I do too.
I think those kinds of short tracks are a lot of fun. Martinsville, I will say, is a little bit more on the bland side because it's nice, it's smooth. Whereas those have a lot of characteristics. That's why I had a blast last night at USA. And
I think
honestly, I mean,
I'm waiting for them to announce what the new auto club or California Speedway or short track race is actually going to be. I know they teased it earlier in the year. It's going to be a Martinsville-esque size, but with more of a Bristol banking. So I can't wait to see what it actually ends up to be. So another good short track racing. Just sad though that Auto Club has to go away to accomplish it.
well, I don't understand why they don't just put it in the middle, but
Because they want the land back.
I know. California, of course, they want their land back.
Oh, that's a whole other subject, man. But hey, with that, man, you have a great night.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for broadcasting. Sorry you were alone for a good chunk of it.
Oh man, I was having
Hey.
some fun up here.
He was having some fun, but I figured I'd come rescue him so he could have a little bit of time to breathe a little bit. And so
He
I
has to
came up
make
here.
it for many missed weeks, though.
I know, man.
Yeah,
that's why
true.
I'm trying to get back in my rhythm and groove. And then, with these cautions, I get to listen to Randy's. Don't be a loser. Go buy Guitar Addict and get you a guitar and become a winner.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny.
Oh man,
But-
I said you need to make some more commercials, man. Become more creative and get some more of those, man. It's gonna be awesome to see more of the Guitar Addict commercials out there.
Try to do one this. I actually have been waiting for my buddy Bruce to come in so I can and make him join me in one of those commercials. So it won't be just me doing them. So
All
well,
right.
hopefully soon.
Have a great night, Josh.
All right, thank you,
Hey,
gentlemen.
Josh.
All right, let's get the Pasta Man up here. There's the Pasta Man. This Adam.
It's Blake Z.
What's up? Is that Randy?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey,
It's
Randy. I love
better me
that.
up here than behind you.
Yeah. No, that's all right, man. You're good. How's it going, guys?
Oh man, it's a wonderful night, man. Heartbreak for you though, man. You had a dominant car all night. Unfortunate, you got punted to the back and had to fight your way back through. How was it after the incident trying to get around traffic after being up front all night long?
I mean, it was hard to swallow, to be honest. I said I had a couple words with the driver, but we're cool, and I understand. And he was racing for position at the time, so. But after the incident, just me and Brandon had a little talk. He's like, just be patient. We had to come through some drivers that have a little difficulty on the shorter tracks, which is, it's fine and understandable. But just patience, man. Try to pick off each driver when they made a mistake. That was really the only option you had to make passes here. It was all up to the driver in front of you. So as fast as you were, really was nothing you could do other than wait for that mistake. So that's what I did. And I'm honestly happy with getting back up to third on this type of track. And especially with the racing we had towards the end, man. I mean, I'm still shaking. It was a lot of fun. Josh and Carl are great, and we have a lot of fun. Congrats to Carl too, man. He drove through the pack as well. That was insane.
Yeah, all three of you guys did. All three of you guys that were up front at the end all had to drive from the very back of the pack and made your way all the way through the front. And you were sitting there bump on the back of Josh there, giving him the tip a few times. What was going on there?
Yeah, it was I think it was a mixture of I was on like 10 lap fresher tires and
22.
I knew so was it 2?
22.
Oh, 22 fresh light. Yeah, so I had my car had a much better pull out. Coming into the entry, I was able to stick the inside better than they were towards the end, and they started backing their braking up. So I just had to adjust my driving as they were, they had to slow down to make that turn. But it was fun. Not too much contact. We were close racing, I would call it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, good job, man. It was fun watching you try to make your way up there to the front again. And I guess we'll see you next week. I'll be up here. I won't be down there with you guys anymore.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Of course, the broadcast is always appreciated. So thanks, guys.
Yes. Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too, man. Alrighty. That was our night. Great racing. A lot of cautions. But some good side by side during these restarts. These guys put on a heck of a show for us tonight. Gave me an opportunity to get back into the broadcasting after being on vacation for such a long time. But now I'm back up here in the booth, and it looks like Randy said he's going to be joining me. I prefer to see him on the track, but I welcome him up here in the booth. It's always great to have him up here in the booth with me.
Yeah, I'm much better up here than I am down there. I suck as a driver, so I'm just going to stay up here where I belong.
I tell everybody that whenever I leave a broadcasting gig, I'm always happy. I leave racing. I'm not always happy after I leave a race. So,
last night I even beat you last night, and I know that had to piss you off.
I did not. I'm not stellar at short track racing, Ed. I was like, man, Randy is up there. I think he qualified about 5th or something like that. And I'm like back there.
I don't know what. Yeah,
I was back in the 13th, man. I was like, man, Randy's up there doing it. Get it, man. I do not like short track racing. I need to get better. That's one of my weak points. I need to get to, but I am looking forward to Michigan race on Sunday. I did really good, or I felt like I did good on Tuesday night. I led quite a bit, and I want to try to do the same here in the AOLL Cup Series. Got a win over an IVRL. I need to get one here in AOL. I've been racing forever and still haven't got one.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, you've been there, but just not happening. So I wish you luck on Sunday night, and hopefully you did really. The IVRL race. Yeah, we were watching you. We were talking a lot about you, and maybe that's why the guys were a little upset about us talking about you. But
I try to play a different pitch strategy. I re-listened to the broadcast, and you caught it right. I was just trying to go for a one-stop race where I stayed out where everybody else did, and they decided I was trying to cut it in half about lap 95, 96, and cut it to the end, and I'll make it one stop. And where everybody else pitted, some of them just did fuel only. But they still had to take another stop, so I just decided to get my pit or track positions over pit strategy.
Yeah, kind of like the same thing Derek Schilling tried to do tonight, but it didn't work out for him.
Yeah,
as well, it didn't work you. So, all right, another night in the books.
Go ahead and send us out there, Randy.
Hey, folks, you've been watching the Ghostfire Media broadcast of the AOLL Guitar Addict TNT series. Don't forget, tomorrow night the podcast will be on 8 o'clock. Then Sunday night it will be the Ghostfire Media race broadcast of the AOLL Cup series. Then Monday night we'll be back with the Fuel series once again, and then back here on Wednesday night again for the Sportsman division, and we'll be once again back here once again on Thursday night. So you guys been watching the race tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. From Adam Wood, I'm Randy Pepper. We'll see you next week.
Have a good night.
Thank you for watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.